What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel. And right now, this was like a spur of the moment thing, so I had to go to one of my favorite places, my favorite late night spots. It's like midnight right now. Chili Deli and Grill, located in Paterson, New Jersey. This is like my, couldn't even tell you how many times I've been here at this point. Probably like 6 or 7. Every time I try a new deli, it sucks. I'm not doing it anymore. Even though I did ask for my platter with no salad and they put fucking salad on it, I'm still gonna be happy about this because I got my favorite platter, even though they screwed up. And some other stuff, well, just one other thing. Drop a thumbs up, man. You guys are already notified. This is like a late night. I just want to have a conversation with y'all. I got a bag, a purple bag that I took out the freezer. Yes, I keep my chips in the freezer. And I also have this cake that I ordered on my Twitch stream with everybody. So this is a like salted caramel cake. It cost me $70. We're going to do that at the end of the video. This is allowed to be out because it needs to temper. So I like to keep this out at room temperature for a while. But that is what's on the agenda today. I can't believe they put the damn salad in there, man. Drop a thumbs up, man. I love y'all, man. We ain't even going to like try to do this in one take. Let's do this, man. This is my platter. They messed it up, and I'm a little annoyed about it because I asked for no salad on the order slip, and they put a damn salad in it, and I don't eat salad. And people, man, it's just, you know, they don't read, they don't care. It is what it is. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna put my white sauce on here, bro. Come on. Ain't gonna let nobody ruin my mood. It's supposed to be happy times. 2 things of white sauce. Salad, bro. I hate salad. All right, this is the mixed platter, right? We got the mixed joint with the rice and the lamb as well as the chicken. They ain't got no spoon either. I'm gonna have to get a spoon in a second, y'all. That means I'm gonna have to do a take. That's pitiful. I said I was gonna do this in one take. I gotta get a spoon. Also realized as I was recording that the ball on my lip ring was out, so I had to just change that. So I know somebody's gonna make a comment. Wait a minute, ball missing lip ring? I didn't notice either, so it's all good. This is the chicken cheesesteak over fries. I was gonna get it, just the chicken cheesesteak with the fries, but I ordered this accidentally once and I thought it was fire. So I'm gonna do it this way this time. But this is also a vibe. Look at this, man. This is good, man. Their chicken cheesesteak is so good, but when you get it over fries, it's like a switch up. Look, I wanted to have a conversation with y'all today. Like I said, I actually didn't plan on recording, but I have to record. I'm getting this damn salad out of here. I hate salad. I have to record a video because last minute I got, not necessarily like finessed into, but I got some family and they like, you know, they got this thing and they didn't tell me about it until literally last night. I wasn't aware that I was even supposed to be there. And last minute they're like, oh, you know, everybody wants to meet you. It'd be really cool if you could. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to be that person, but I said, okay, I'm going to go. So I had intended to record a video tomorrow afternoon because it's hard for me to get out during the week, you know, and because I have my obligations with my studio and stuff. Fucking pepino, no pepino, bro. Come on, man. I hate cucumber, bro. Pepino. That's okay. That's just cabbage. A little piece of cabbage. Look at that. Now half the thing is missing, and I'm missing half a freaking dish. But it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna complain. But anyway, I had to last minute say, okay, well, if I don't do this, I'm not gonna have a video. So, I had to get something late night options. I haven't had chili in a while, and every time I try a new deli, it sucks. So, I didn't. But for me, man, I'm such a creature. I feel like my lip ring's not in there. Of habit that when my schedule gets thrown out of whack, it just messes me all kinds of up. And it's tough for me because this is my salad. We're gonna put the purple bag on there. Most people, I don't know if it's like this in every country, but at least in the US, everything we do is associated with eating. Like, I'm not complaining. It's just an option, you know. Like, if you graduate, dinner. If you get married, dinner. If you are sad, dinner. If you are happy, dinner. You're having a baby, dinner. Everything's always food and partying, and that's just the way that we show love, I guess. And that's just not, I don't eat when I go to these places because I do this. So I think I said it in another video, but I think it was the pizza video. Yes, I did. One of my friends had like this party on a weekend. And it was like a brunch. I don't eat brunch. I don't eat during the day. So I went and I literally drank water. Like, I didn't eat. And you always have people coming up to you being like, oh no, why aren't you gonna eat? Why aren't you gonna eat? I can't explain to them anything that's rational. Because if I'm like, I gotta go to a pizza place after this and make a food video, which I did, it doesn't register with people, man. So it's always like super awkward anytime I go to one of these things. This one in particular is a bunch of people that I only know like 2 people out of like the 10 people that are going. And of course, it's a brunch. I'm not gonna eat anything. And I'm gonna get the same stuff from people, man. And it can be a bit much. But you gotta stand on business. And you just gotta tell them politely, listen, like, you know, you guys can, people don't like, it's like when people drink. People don't like when the person's not drinking and everyone else is drinking. People just don't want to feel like, you know, because then they feel a little more guilty. They're eating, you're not. Oh, you think this. It always turns into something. But it's just me talking about it. I'm not necessarily mad or anything, but it's like, we just, in this country, associate everything with eating. If I go and I'm not eating, I'm not being social, apparently. So I'm still not going to eat. But it's always tough. But I do have a topic. But first, I want to try this cake. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm unveiling this as in real time. Damn. Don't touch it. I want this to be like legit. This, put the knife down. This is a caramel layer cake. I spent $70 on this cake. It comes from a place called Savannah's Candy Kitchen, located in Savannah, Georgia, and I ordered it off of Goldbelly. I've spoken about this a couple of times, but did this cake come off? Yeah, I don't like that. We're gonna, hold on. Let me turn this around for you. Damn, half the damn cake came off. It comes from a place called Savannah's Candy Kitchen, located in, you guessed it, Savannah, Georgia. I ordered it off of Goldbelly, $69. I don't know. I was on a stream. Everybody was like, man, I was looking around. This cake looked too good not to try. So this is a caramel layer cake. I've never had anything like this in my life. And it just, I couldn't turn this down. It's big back season. This is what we do. So, damn, this cake is serious. I'm going to cut this bad boy up. I'm going to take a, good size piece. There we go. And then we're going to transfer this. Come on out. Come on out. Ooh, look at this. I should have brought the plate over. There we go. So, caramel layer cake. Don't know what to think of this, but a caramel cake just sounded too fat not to turn. Where's my fork at? Put the fork. There you go. Sounded too good not to turn up. Savannah's Candy Kitchen. I hope this is good, because $70 for a cake is highway robbery. But, this is what we do. All right. So there it is. Nice thick layer of caramel in here. let me tell you, that is like, this is legitimately pure ass caramel. Like, they are not lying. This is caramel. But alone, it's too sweet. But when you have it with the cake, it's balanced out so well. Because it got some yellow cake here, which isn't overly sweet. So it balances out. The caramel itself, honestly, I might be aging myself because I don't even know if they still make these, but there was a candy called Sugar Daddies. I don't know if they exist no more. But that's what it tastes like, but like a fancier version. More good, man. It's good. I would not be able to eat this whole thing, thank goodness. Because it's just me here. I can't give this away till later because it's midnight. But because I never had a cake like this before, I never heard of one like this before. In this case, it was worth the money. Is this the best cake I've ever had? No. But it's different. And it is damn delicious. I hope I got some milk. Stop eating the cake. Stop eating the cake. It's delicious. But I would have liked like a salted caramel. Just to kind of wake it up a little bit. Yeah, I ain't gonna buy this. But I spend my money so you don't have to. I got more stuff in the way, by the way. But we'll give this away. I want to see what other people think about this. It's good, man. I can't stop eating it. It's one of those things you're like, it's alright, and you keep eating. Next thing you know, the damn cake is gone. For me, I've had better cakes, but this is a damn good cake, and it's so different. I'm glad I ordered it, because I would have never had anything like this in my life. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Would have, again, for less money. Back to my food. And on to my topic. I can't believe I put salad. I never mess my order up. I mess my order up with salad, but this topic is a little bit more close to home for me because, I mean, technically speaking, I have like a hat in this ring, but there's a streamer, I forget his name. It's not important to it. He caught a lot of heat recently because he said that streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job. And people went nuts. Understandably so. One, the guy who said this is a very successful streamer who makes millions of dollars a month. Millions. That's a 1 with 6 zeros. So, I guess I just stabbed myself in the tooth. Why got this damn fork? I've worked a 9-to-5 before. I've also streamed. I still stream. I still make content. So the argument or the debate, I don't really think it should be a debate because this is ridiculous, is like being an influencer, content creator, whatever you want to call it, is that a hard job? I have an opinion on this, obviously, considering that I've been doing it now for an extended period of time, but I've said this before. I have a tremendous amount of respect for anybody who gets up every day and works a job, like in a 9-to-5. I've done it. I found out at a very young age that when I did, I realized that it wasn't for me. And for some people, they don't necessarily think they have the choice to say, listen, this isn't for me. Because most people that work 9-to-5s work it because it's how they make money, right? But I was fortunate enough that when I was in high school, both of my parents let me work a summer with them, doing different jobs. I didn't do the exact job that they did, but for example, like my dad, he works in an office, but the office had a warehouse, so he got me a job in a warehouse. So I was doing the manual labor where they're sitting in an office. My mom was working in a pharmacy, and she got me a job in basically the warehouse version of that. So I worked warehouse jobs in the summer. All the people that I worked with, both of those times, were usually in their 30s and 40s, and some in their 50s, but adults. I was the only teenager. My mom's I worked when I was like 16. My dad's I worked when I was like 15. And I did this for an entire summer. Got to get up. Basically, from the minute you clock in to 5 o'clock, you're doing the same thing. Over and over again. All day. You know, I was either picking up boxes or unloading boxes or loading boxes or Whatever. That's pretty much it. Both jobs. My mom's in particular, I had a job, what they call packing pills. And it was one of the most tedious, monotonous jobs I've ever worked. Basically, what you do is they give you a giant bottle of pills. And if you know, like, the things that are like silver that come with the ones you kind of pop out, I had to manually put each one in a thing of those. So they give you a giant bottle of like whatever prescription, and you put them in each one, and then you put this thing on, and you press it down, and it seals. I did it for 8 hours a day for 3 months. And I realized right then and there, I better stay in school. And I'm not saying that as a dig at anybody. I just knew. I had so much respect for those other people because these people did it. They never complained. And you got 30 minutes of lunch. So I think you got lunch from like 1 to 1:30. You couldn't go anywhere. Like, 30 minutes is impossible to go anywhere. You can't, by the time you go to like McDonald's and get your food and eat it, you like gotta clock back in by the time you're not even done. Right? The line, drive through, whatever. So there was a food truck outside. And literally, there'd be a line in the food truck. It'd be like 50 people waiting in a line. You get their food. By the time they finish their food, they're back to work. Like, some people are eating it on the way back to just go back. Because by the time you get it and go, and I think those working conditions are so effed up. But that's the way that they do people at jobs like this. You know? I don't think that an hour or 30 minutes is fair for people, but they're going to try to run people into the ground. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for people who do those jobs because it's not easy. It's hard. You do it when you don't want to. You do it when you're sick. They don't give you sick days. They don't give you vacation time barely. And most of these people are just hardworking individuals just trying to put food on the table for their families. I know some of you are watching and doing jobs like that. Just know that I am not in any way, shape, or form saying this stuff as a dig. And I know you don't think so because some people misconstrue words I'm saying. They get pissed off. But again, I'm going to clarify this because livelihoods, you don't offend people's livelihoods in my opinion. Anybody who gets up and works an honest job, you have my respect. But it's not an easy job. But I've realized now, after talking to so many different people of different professions and my own profession itself, I don't think there's an easy job. Any of them. The hard is for different reasons. Right? There's manual labor jobs where by the time some of these guys or women are in their 40s and 50s, they got joint problems, knee problems, because they're just moving stuff, boxes and stuff all day. Not easy. All day, for some person, don't give you a break. Office jobs are very tedious. I watched my dad work in the office. They just sit there. Like, you're in this little cubby hole for 8 hours a day, every day. So I know it's not easy. I got friends who are cops. I know being a cop ain't easy. I got friends who are in the medical fields, a lot of nurses. Bro, some of the stories that nurses have told me over the years, y'all got more patience than me. I think people find jobs they're suited to, and other people couldn't do them. I'm telling you this, I could not be a nurse. I could not be a teacher. I don't have the, I can't. I have so much respect for people who do those jobs. I was talking to my friend today, I couldn't be a cop. No way I could be a cop. I have too much of let somebody run their mouth when I pull them over. Bro, I get it. Not everybody can be a cop. Most people that are cops probably shouldn't be cops because they have the wrong temperament. If you have an ego problem, you shouldn't be a cop. If you're the person that, you can't take back talk, because people going to talk back to you. And I know you the authority figure, and they're going, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's just not good. But you got to have a certain type of patience, and it's dangerous. But anyway, they're all hard for different reasons. I know some people think that this content thing is easy. I completely understand where you're coming from. So I want to elaborate on this and bring it full circle. The part that you think is easy is easy. 100%. I don't think it takes a lot to buy some, in my case. I buy food and I run my mouth. That's literally my job, right? That's it. Today, I bought 2 platters and some cake. And I'm talking to y'all. And I get paid to do it. Not hard. But the part that people don't think about is the hard part. One, you don't know how much money or income you're going to make, just like any other business owner. Any business owner knows what I'm saying with this. You don't know how much money you're going to make from month to month. You have no idea. Two, it's extremely volatile. When you laugh and other stuff like that, when you talk, I mean, this is from the outside looking in. I know people look at creators and like, oh, this person fell off. That person lost their livelihood when they fall off. Crowds, people, audiences, humans are fleeting. It is not easy to keep an audience engaged for years. It's not, right? There's a lot of people that are watching this today that in a year you won't be watching me, just because that's just how it works. Like, I know that. There's people that watched me in 2017 and 2018 and, oh, I used to watch you years ago, I stopped, but, and like, I'm like, I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it goes. Not easy. So, you do have to retain an audience. It's not easy to do. Not everybody can just engage to that point, no matter what they're doing, making YouTube or TikToks or whatever. Audiences are fleeting. There's always new people coming onto the scene. There's always older people at cruising altitude. It's not easy. That part. It's not. Because what you're seeing, and I'm not talking about this like a flex, but just from a numerical standpoint, even a mid-tier creator like me, I'm not a mega creator at any point, right? I'm a mid to whatever. What that means is anybody who is between like 100K and a million, right? Once you hit a certain number, you get what I'm saying. And then there's the micros, people that are under that. But for every, even me, mid-tier influencer, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that didn't get to that point. And for every micro, there are thousands that didn't get to that point. There are people out there who have made YouTube videos and stuff for years and never got any traction. And it's that sucks because you put everything you have into it and sometimes you fall flat. And for some people, their breakthrough takes years. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, even for me, I have been making videos. I started on YouTube in 2020, but I was on Instagram before that for 3 years. I started in 2017. I did not see a dime from this job for the first 4.5 years. Nothing. Not literally nothing, but pretty much nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean total over all that time, less than $500. You can't make a living off that. And I'm not talking about a month. I'm talking about total over those years. I didn't do anything, so that's where it came from. So, it's not that easy. But the part that I think, as a streamer, as a creator, as in whatever you want to call it, and any person that's in this job can tell you, the worst part about it, or the hardest part about it, is this. It's the mental. Tough, man. That's the tough part. Again, I don't think any person, unless you've dealt with this, can understand what it feels like to deal with this. And what I mean is, you have to have thick skin, yes, but even with that, the thought of having thousands of people nitpicking your appearance, your voice, the way you say things, your mistakes, anything, it can be a bit much at times. And that's not a complaint, it's just a reality. Any creator of any, that they will tell you the same thing. I've had conversations with many a person behind the scenes, you know, and these are things that some of them won't tell you, but I'm telling you just honestly. It's not easy. A lot of people from the outside looking in will be like, oh, just ignore it. You can't. It's physically impossible to ignore thousands of people saying stuff. You can't do it. It's different in a real life basis because you don't deal with that. The internet is a different animal, and if you get a video with 1 million views, it's just going to happen. Like, ask any person if you were fortunate enough, and I say it in quotes, to go viral, what it felt like when you had the negative part. Because when you get your post gets up into that algorithm, all bets are off. Because now your core audience, which knows you, is a small percentage of the people that are commenting. And it's people that don't know you. It's people that don't know you coming across the screen. And no matter who you are, unproblematic, no, they will find something to anything that you have ever thought about yourself, whatever. And again, sometimes it can be a little annoying. It doesn't hurt your feelings. It's just like, I compare it to a fly. And I'm being real. I compare it to like a fly when you're like, get away from, you're not a fly, be flying around, you're like, bro, just go away. That's how you feel. You're not actually like, oh my God, they said that. No. But it's more like constant. And mentally, I've seen many an influencer, they'll run you off the platform. I've seen it. I've seen people on TikTok with 1 million followers just stop. And it happens because that mental can really mess you up. There's a lot of YouTubers over the years that become mega YouTubers that were like, listen, mentally, I can't handle it anymore. And it's hard. Imagine being a millionaire and being like, can't do it. Because at the end of the day, you're not an athlete. You're a normal person. But people forget that when they talk. They don't look at you like a person anymore. You're like a thing. You're like an object. They don't think like you're a person anymore. They talk about you or to you like some people just have this idea of, oh, well, you signed up for it. And you're right. Still doesn't make it any easier. So that part for a lot of people is incredibly stressful. And when you have any kind of content that makes opinions, it gets even worse because people will attack you for your opinion. For example, I've had people attack me. I don't know, attack is kind of a strong word. Sometimes it is an attack, but people will get mad over the pronunciation of the word caramel. And literally be like, I don't even want to say some of the stuff that people have written over the pronunciation of caramel. It's called caramel, you effing this, that, and the third. I hope you blank yourself. That's how crazy people get over stuff like that. And I know there's going to be people commenting, oh, just ignore it. You can't. When you have ever dealt with thousands of people doing that stuff to you, or people that look at you like an object, when you like anybody who's been in my Twitch streams, bro, and I don't have a large Twitch platform, right? I'm a small streamer. Like, yeah, I would consider myself a small streamer on Twitch. And, the crowds average between 40 and 50 people usually. It's not a big stream. There are people who will just enter the stream and just start saying racist stuff. There are people that enter the stream and just start like saying like weird sus stuff, but like stupid, because people look at it like it's fun, and that's how they treat you. They forget that like even right now people comment to me all the time as if I'm not a person. So when I give an opinion, I'll give you a weird example. I talked the other day about how New Jersey is different, right? I talked about how Jersey is different with like how like people aren't necessarily like if you don't say please to somebody when you order something, it's not considered rude. Are there people who say please? Yes. But normally you don't do that. And it's funny because when I went to White Manor, which is where this came from, you could see like the people kind of being like, oh, he's definitely not from around here. Just the other people that were here because of the way that they were like, hey, we just don't do that. Everything we do is in a rush. Even the person that was making the burgers at White Manor, if you're not from here, you would think he was rude because of the way that he was answering questions and stuff. Like he was a little sarcastic. It's normal here. Like I don't really get offended by it because that's just it's a different kind of vibe. Even in that comment section, I had multiple people like, I'm from Jersey, I say please, that make me... I'm just like, bro, like, I'm just telling you, like, what... Relax. But that's how people are. Even though I was just trying to tell you that in Bergen County where I live, it's perfectly commonplace. I see it every day, and no one says a word. Go to the gas station, when people ask the gas station attendant, we don't pump our own gas in New Jersey. People be like, yo, let me get 10 regular, 20 regular, fill it up regular. They're not, hey, fill it up regular, please? Nah. And I look, I've gotten gas with many a person in my life. So, again... It doesn't mean that I was raised wrong or you were raised right or whatever, but some people they get so offended when something just triggers them that they stop listening and they just start being like, ah. So anytime that I say something back, even when they're like that in the first place, so this is why sometimes I just get out of my own comment section. So if I say something back where I'm like, matter of fact, another dude said something along the lines of like, just say you lived in Iowa, because I said in the Midwest it's not like that, right? He was like, just say you lived in Iowa because the Midwest isn't like that. Little did he know that I didn't only live in Iowa and I have visited literally every state in the Midwest. So I rattled off every state that I had been to and been like, those states were pretty much the same. He wrote me 16 books back telling me that I was being sassy and all this other shit because I answered him and said, that's not what I said. I've been to all these other states. So if you wanted to say that, then go off. I was just saying, I wouldn't try, but... People will write sarcastic remarks to you, but if I respond sarcastically, then I'm an asshole and I'm being weird. And that's the way it goes. So I just realized after a while that you have to just like not say anything. And some people don't really realize that. But some people even here, and I love y'all, but some of y'all respond sarcastically or you write sarcastic comments. So I respond sarcastically because you're being sarcastic, I'm going to be sarcastic. What's the problem with that? I'm matching your energy. I'm not attacking you. Y'all want to be sarcastic? Cool. Because to me, if you're doing that, then you're doing it on some friendly stuff. So I'm going to do it back too. But at the end of the day, we don't know each other. So if I respond sarcastically, you get offended or you think I'm offended. You know why? Because we don't know each other. Like, you know me because of things that I say on screen, but we've never interacted one-on-one. So how the hell do I know you're joking or vice versa? And that's what happens. Because people get in this kind of mood where I get it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I like y'all and I love y'all, but we've never interacted. I don't know what you sound like when you're joking. I have no idea. You don't know what I sound like when I'm typing. You have no idea. So sometimes it just gets to be a bit much because I'm the type of person that likes to interact. And sometimes my interactions come off the wrong way. And then I'm like, man, he's really actually mad. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? And there's a lot of stuff just mentally as a creator. But the application of the job, at least for me, there are other people who make YouTube stuff where the production takes a month. There's editing, there's sound checks, there's EQs. I don't have all that. You know, mine is more minimal. But the mental, because the worst part to me is that no matter what's going on in your life, you still have to pretend like everything's okay on the internet. Now, I know there's people out there who will cry for like virtue signaling or be like, oh, my life is in shambles, but I'm not that type of person. So look, y'all don't know what's been going on behind the scenes for the last whatever, because I'm not going to bring my problems here, but you still have to just keep a public face. I've talked about this, and this is the last time I'll probably hopefully talk about it, but there was a time when my mom was really, really sick. She was in the hospital, and we weren't sure what was going to happen. Like, it was that bad. And I'm making videos, and people were like, this guy sucks. And I'm just like, bro, like, I'm just trying to live right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it gets tough, when you gotta, like, put that public face on sometimes. And I know even now, it's happening more and more in my area where when I go out to places, I get recognized, and there's people. Today at Slapper, I did that video today. This is the second video today that I'm doing. There was a little kid there. Like, he couldn't be older than like 5 or 6 years old. And he kept staring at me. And I was just like, do I have a booger in my nose? Like, I was half awake, bro. A booger in my nose. And finally his dad comes over. And he's got his kid with him. Like, he's got the kid like in front of him, walking with him. And he's like, hey, man, I know this is weird, but are you on TikTok? And I was hoping it was me, but he had the thing. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, my kid watches you all the time. He just wanted to say hi. So I said, hey, how you doing, young man? My name is Dave. I shook his hand, and you could tell he was like super nervous. But that is not lost on me that when people see you, especially a little kid, you can't like take your, like, have a bad day, like, I know pictures, I know this. Now, I'm lucky. It doesn't happen that much to me. It happens more frequently, but usually like once when I go out, like, and then I can go on about my business. You know, that's normal for me now, which is cool. But at the same time, there's days where I'm having a bad day, and somebody, like, the other day I was in Wawa and I had my headphones in, and some kid, he tapped me on the back. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had my hands up. He was a young dude, and he was just like, hey, man, I see you on Instagram, and, you know, he's like, can I take a picture? I was having a bad fucking day, bro. But I was just like, oh, yeah, sure. And it's tough sometimes because, like, you be like, bro, like, I walked into Wawa I want to get me a fucking diet soda and just go home. But they caught me, and you have to kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to be to him, because he, like, it probably took a lot to just come up to a stranger and say hello. And I'm looking at myself like I'm a damn celebrity, but I couldn't imagine being, say, like LeBron James, and you having a bad day, and there's people like, and people just taking pictures and throwing stuff at you when you're just arguing with your wife in the house, and you come out the house and there's people just, you know what I'm saying? That's where it can get a little tough. But again, the trade-offs for this, I wouldn't, like, it's not a complaint. I'm just telling you what it's like. Like, it's very fortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing, when I said that, I think he said it and it was in bad taste. I hope that's not what he meant, because he was like, streaming is harder than 9 to 5. Listen, as this person who's streaming for, and I'm gonna get out of here, streaming's tough, bro. Like, mentally, when I stream for 4 hours, my brain afterwards, excuse me, I'm not editing that. My brain afterwards is like, I can't even see straight. Some of these people stream for 10, 12 hours. Streaming's mentally exhausting, but harder than 9 to 5, relax. No, I'll stream any day and be a millionaire. But again, that's tough too. But I'll stream any day if I could make a living doing it. I'll put it this way. If I could make $50,000 a year being a streamer versus $50,000 a year being a construction worker, as a person who's done those types of jobs, like I've done the construction, the warehouse, that kind of job, I'll pick the streaming. I'll sit in the chair. So slow your roll on that one. I think some people just, maybe he never had a job like that, but some of these dudes I saw was doing the construction stuff like that, man, they was like these dudes, like, they grinded, man. They really, like, just every day just came to work. They never complained because they knew they had a wife and kids at home. They had to put food on the table, bro. And to me, I have more respect for the working man or woman that gets up every day and goes to work, bro, because I know how hard that is. Like, this, I'll take the mental stress, bro. I'm fine with that because, like, this to me is a dream. You know what I'm saying? And I know that there's some people that they just have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to change that, I'm not going to, because there's some people like, oh, just quit. Like, it ain't that fucking easy, bro. Like, I'm not that, like, I grew up in a blue collar. I understand it's not. But if you do want to change it, maybe just start a side hustle you do for a couple hours a week and then see where it goes from there. And then maybe you can segue over. You know what I'm saying? I did it. That's what I did. I still work my day job where I own my business. The only reason I still work is because I own my business. And I built it. So, normally I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real with y'all. I make more money doing this than I do running my business at this point. But I built it, and I'm phasing myself. Like, I do less and less of that because I'm doing more of this. Because I got to start traveling and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a lot, man. The workload's been crazy, but life's good. I just wanted to talk about that because I feel like, you know, some people don't hear this perspective. I know I've been yapping for a long time, but I had nothing else to do. So I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.